and he put confidence and faith in the players who had delivered in the last two games. So it is just the start of the league, and there should not be a factor of fatigue creeping in at the early stage of the competition. You've seen that the first goal has woken up the FC Goa players, and then they had a dominance of another 15-20 minutes, in which there was that crucial miss by Kenan Almeida.
Yes.
Kenan did very well in getting into that position and accepting a good ball from his half. But what failed him was his technical ability. Just as if you see the goal that Mendonça was an identical position that Kenan found himself. The Colombian, with his technical ability, was able to convert it into a goal. But Kenan, emerging player of the ISL, has little work to do on his technical ability. Absolutely. If this technical ability was there with him, he might have changed the equation of the game for FC Goa.
Why do you think our wingers, Romeo Fernandes and Mandarao Desai, failed to make an impression in this match?
In fact, I think Chennai FC has done their homework very well. They know that FC Goa has two speedy wingers, and they were very compact and disciplined in the defense, and they were also, attacking the strikers of FC Goa right on the edge of the box, not allowing them to come into them, not allowing the wingers to settle down after receiving the ball. So they sort of disturbed them right before they could get their rhythm, and that's what was very crucial for the difference that was made ultimately in the game.
We had seen Joffre and Leo Mora play with a lot of authority in the first two games, but yesterday they looked out of sorts. Why did that happen?
In fact, I think there was a bit of a strategy by Zico in policing Ilano, because he was the main schemer of the team, and when that was policeman job is a specialist job, you need a specialist player to do a specialist job, and if that doesn't work for you, the whole midfield will collapse, and that's exactly what happened. The midfield of FC Goa collapsed, and you found also certain times Ilano more in attacking position than in defensive position. Right. He failed a little bit to do his defensive duties. And you have also seen the flat defense of FC Goa, leaving a lot of gaps for Ilano to exploit. And he has exploited it totally by those beautiful curling balls for Mendonça and for Jayesh Rane in those gaps.
Ilano was completely dominating, supplying those balls, and Steven Mendoza and Jayesh Rane, they were very impressive with their speed, especially Mendoza. So, do you think that Chennai FC were very superior outfit yesterday, or FC Goa played their part in making Chennai look much more better than they actually are?
In fact, that's what I would exactly say, that their job was made easier by the lethargic play of our midfielders and of some of the Goan FC players. If you have seen Ilano turning around the ball, and there were two players in very close proximity of the ball and the player, but nobody made any effort of chasing the ball or trying to win the ball back. There were various occasions, even Jayesh Rane in few occasions I've seen turn around, take the ball and run, but there was no effort totally on the part of the FC players to harass him or to make an effort to win the ball, and this has helped them in their task of achieving what they have ultimately achieved.
Right. FC Goa though had their moments, and as you have mentioned earlier, Kenan had that wonderful one-on-one opportunity to score in probably it was the 18th minute, and if he had scored it would have been 1-1. When FC Goa were down by 2 goals, Joffre had a very good shout for a penalty, and it was around the hour mark. So it was a crucial time, but the referee did not give that offense as a penalty. It was just a corner kick. So was it a penalty kick for you?
Like I said before, FC Goa was not totally out of the game within the first 20 minutes. If this call was given by the referee, had taken the referee, perhaps the referee to give such a decision, you need a lot of courage. You need to be in good positions, and if the referee had taken the call positively because it was a clear-cut penalty. But the viewers have all the benefits of a television replay, but the referee doesn't have that much of time. It's a split-second time. But if the call was taken and penalty was awarded, I think there would have been a difference in the match.
There was another big moment. In fact, it wasn't as big as to change the course of the match or the result of the match, but it nevertheless would have given us some consolation. Sabit's shot, a very fierce strike, hit the crossbar, and it appeared that it had crossed the goal line. But of course, there being no goal line technology, the assistant referee couldn't see whether the ball had clearly crossed the line. So even Zico at the post-match press conference has advocated the need for technology, something for the ISL organizers to consider for the next season.
Definitely, this is what makes the game more beautiful. You know, you don't leave any controversies behind, and technology will help eliminate these controversies. Because it's very difficult for an assistant referee to take a call when he's 20 yards away from the touchline.
Right. Next game that FC Goa will play is an away match. It will be played on Thursday in Guwahati against Northeast United. A tough proposition considering that they are playing at home, and we all know about the passion of the Northeast United supporters, who I'm sure will fill up the Guwahati stadium. So tough asks for FC Goa now, considering this disastrous performance. What do Zico need to do about this now?
I think there is nothing much to be done as far as their play is concerned. It's only coming good on the particular day that you have to come. Players have to believe in themselves, and they have to deliver, because if you don't deliver, you're going to find things difficult as the league progresses.
How do you get out of this mindset of having considered 4 goals, such a washout performance? How do you come out of this as a player?
You know, mentally you have to talk to yourself that you have to do well, because last match has been a disaster. But there is nothing much you can change. The coach can change. The coach and the logistics are all there for the players, and it's left up to the players to decide, to make up their mind and get a professional approach to the game.
Zico at his post-match press conference has admitted that the players, FC Goa players, did not play with the same energy, and crucially he has said that the midfield has failed to keep Ilano under a tight leash. Overall, it seems that most of the plans that Zico had made in the training were not followed or executed by the players right. How can such a scenario pan out? What can go wrong for a team that the plans that they have made in training cannot be applied on the ground? Does it mean that the opponents have surprised FC Goa?
No, in fact, it is really difficult for a coach to have a scheme of things implemented in the game, and it is left up to the players, the caliber of the players, to deliver those scheme of things that the coach works out. And if a few players are not able to live up to that level of performance, then you find that there is pressure all around on the remaining players, and that's when they buckle up. And this is what exactly happened. The midfield was totally controlled by Ilano and his boys, and that's where they exploited the lethargic attitude and the confused state of mind that allowed Chennai to have a field day.
Right. FC Goa have a better position now compared to what they were last year. After 3 games, they, I think, had just 1 point. Still very early days in the season.
I think there is nothing for fans to get worried about. There is a long way to go, and they have to believe in their stars who has delivered in the last ISL and this ISL till date. A defeat of this nature should not shake their high spirits. I mean, they should keep on having faith and support the team.
Right. But the ones who will be smiling and beaming very broadly will be the Chennai FC fans, and their coach Marco Materazzi was very happy, and he said that his players had the right attitude. So what is this right attitude for a footballer on a given day?
In fact, in fact, you know you have to deliver. Okay, you do your mental preparations in a totally different way. You know that you have a job to do, and in a professional attitude, you got to, each player has to individually prepare himself for the match. And I think what evolved around, what it's my personal opinion, what revolved around Chennai and FC was the leadership quality of Ilano.
Absolutely.
Ilano was able to get the team around him, but I have not seen any leadership quality in the FC Goa team. Even in a crisis like this, they could not revolve around an individual who could stand up and carry the team in the time of crisis. So that is the key factor where there is a difference between FC Goa and Chennai in that particular game.
Maybe Lucio tried to give his best, but still his leadership was not that impressive in this game.
In fact, if you say that 3 games in such a short duration for a 37-year-old, and the pace and the intensity of Mendonça, exerting a lot of pressure, I think it was a little bit of pressure on Lucio when he found that his body was not supporting him. Mentally it was there, but his body was not supporting him.
Right.
And Mendonça was on a song, so it's even a fitter player. It's very difficult to control a man who is on a song.
Right. So now Goa will play their next home game on 22nd of October, and that will be against Kerala Blasters, who have looked impressive in their couple of games so far. So tough test for Goa when they come back home after their away match against Northeast. So the next 2 games for FC Goa crucial, and it will tell us about the potential and the capability of FC Goa, isn't it?
Look, don't underestimate the brilliance and the technical knowledge of Zico.
Absolutely.
He is a man of many seasons, a very mature player and a very mature coach. I think he will have something up his sleeves. So we should always look positively in the next games that are going to come. And I'm sure he, with his expertise, he will do something to get FC Goa back on track.
Absolutely, keeping positive frame of mind, we are very optimistic that FC Goa will surely bounce back in their next game, which is on Thursday at Northeast United. Thank you, Francis D'Souza, for coming to our studio and sharing your thoughts. Now it's time to ask the question in our Prudent FC Goa contest. 5 winners will get 2 tickets each for the next home game, which is on the 22nd of October against Kerala Blasters. And your question is,
which cricketer is the co-owner of FC Goa? Option A, Virat Kohli. Option B, MS Dhoni. Or option C, Sachin Tendulkar.
SMS your correct answers with FC, correct option, with your name and taluka to 90110 43390.
Contest closes on 21st of October at 9 AM. Winners will be announced in our special program Simply Football on 21st of October.
So Goa, let's football with your favorite channel, Prudent.
with that we come to the end of this post-match show in Simply Football. Keep watching Prudent for exclusive programs on FC Goa TV. Goodbye and thanks for watching.